The Toronto Raptors currently find themselves in a situation that is incredibly unique to the rest of the NBA. They're currently in a position where they have the talent on their roster to seriously make some moves in the playoffs. Meanwhile, not a single person is batting an eye in their direction, as this team is still labeled as a rebuilding franchise. In some ways, this is true, as they do not have a roster that is complete from top to bottom, and their record has shown that over this season, being that this team has been incredibly top heavy all year long, with a starting lineup that has proven it can compete with practically anybody on an NBA floor. This year is so much different than any other year this organization has ever had, as they've had plenty of years where this team has been really good. They've had some of the best second units in the NBA, and this in turn has resulted in a lot of strong regular season performances with very little to show when the playoffs came running around Toronto. The one year this was different, well, that was the greatest Toronto team this organization has ever had, and that was an outlier, but they also had one thing in particular that was different from any other year, and that was a superstar in Kawhi Leonard. Also, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the video. The NBA is a league where having a complete roster is necessary to becoming a good team, yet it's also a league where the talent of your top guys outweighs any other aspect of your team in the playoffs, as this is where the light shines brightest, and this is where you want to have the best of the best go against the league's best stars. That's why this Toronto Raptors team is different. Because of their record, this team doesn't look very good, but when you actually take a look at some of the guys on this team and exactly what it takes to win games in the playoffs, I think this team has exactly what you need. They may not be the favorite to win the East this year by any means, but they are well on their way with stars developing right in front of our eyes, and who knows with this team this year. They have proven that this starting group of guys can compete with practically anyone when healthy. This team has two all-stars in Fred and Pascal, as I personally do feel like Siakam should have 100% been an all-star this year, especially with his play as of late. An absolute flamethrower in Gary Trent Jr., who can score 30 plus points on any given night. OG Anunoby, a guy who's still playing very solid basketball this year, but is the only guy among this group that I think still can up his offensive game. And last but not least, they have one of the top Rookie of the Year candidates in Scotty Barnes. Every single one of these players are slept on by the NBA media, and every single one of these players have shown that they have the capability to exceed all expectations of them on any given night and absolutely dominate a game, where once again we have seen these guys do this season. On top of all of this, the most important thing is that these five guys play smothering defense as a unit, all averaging over a steal per game, and this is the area where I think they're going to benefit the most in the playoffs, being able to lock down whoever they're up against. Whether you want to believe it or not, this starting lineup is good. This starting lineup can prove almost everybody wrong, and they have already this season. Like I've mentioned multiple times, they are young, so they don't have any pressure to win now, and I have a lot of faith in these guys to do something special in the postseason. These five guys all rank in the top 25 in the entire NBA in terms of minutes played per game, which is the massive concern for this group, with questions on just how long they can keep up this heavy load of minutes. But with how young these guys are, hopefully they can withstand this heavy workload right now. Yet the team just brought in Thaddeus Young, who has and will be a strong contributor to giving guys rest. And honestly, if the Raptors manage to make it to the playoffs, this would oddly enough work out in their favor, as you could also look at it as these guys are going to be more conditioned to play this way in the playoffs. It is no question these guys need some rest, yet when the playoffs come around, benches start to shrink with the amount of guys you throw out there, and the Raptors have the stars on this team to go along with that. If the Raptors manage to get to the playoffs while figuring out a way to get the legs of their stars as fresh as possible, I think anything is possible with this top group of guys and the talent they have, and the East has never been more wide open for the Raptors to even potentially make a push for a top seed. I want to know if you guys think they have what it takes to succeed this season. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments of this Toronto Raptors team. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button to help the video get shared along YouTube's algorithm, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more NBA videos like this one that I will be posting multiple times per week. Thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you all have a great night.